Colonialism lasts from the 15th to the 20th century and was driven by economic, political, religious, and strategic reasons. European power aimed to exploit colonies for raw materials, land, labor, establish settlements, and create military bases. Their primary goal was to extract resources and wealth, often harming local population. They also want to spread Christianity and European culture, believing they had a moral duty to civilize other societies. Overall, colonialism had significant and lasting impacts on the world.
Hi, my name is Fatima Alessandra. Now I will explain about the causes of colonialism in Malaysia. So for the first reason is because of the economic interest and strategic location. The Industrial Revolution in Europe created a high demand for raw materials, driving Western powers to seek colonies rich in resources like tin and rubber. Malaysia, with its abundant natural wealth, became a prime target. Furthermore, its strategic location, particularly Malacca's part, offered a crucial foothold for controlling trade routes in the region. This combination of economic needs and strategic advantages fueled intense competition among European powers, leading to political interference and ultimately the colonization of Malaysia. Next is political instability. Political instability within Malay's kingdoms, characterized by internal conflicts and struggle for powers among rulers, significantly contribute to British colonization. These internal conflicts, such as the Perak War and the Pahang Succession Dispute, provided the British with opportunities to intervene, establish their influence, and ultimately gain control over the Malay territories. The British exploit these power struggles to their advantage, using them to establish their authority, collect tax, and expand their economic interests. While some Malay rulers initially resisted British intervention, the weakness of the existing political system ultimately made it difficult to effectively resist colonial encroachment. This period saw the rise of resistance figures who fought against British rule, highlighting the ongoing struggles for sovereignty and independence.
Now I will present the spread of Christianity and European culture. The first one is Portuguese missionaries in early Christianity. Christianity came to Malaysia in the 16th century through Portuguese missionaries after they took over Malacca. They helped spread the religion by building churches and working with local people. And then British and Dutch rule in the 18th century. The British and Dutch helped spread Christianity in Malaysia. They made Penang an important center and built school and church. Today, about 9% of Malaysians are Christian, with Anglican, Catholic, and Methodist groups continuing their work effort. Next, imperial rivalries. During the age of exploration, European powers competed for trade routes and resources with Southern Asia, including Malaysia, becoming a key focus due to its location and natural weights. The Portuguese were the first to arrive, capturing Malacca in 1511, an important port for the spice trade, but they lost control to the Dutch in 1641. The Dutch strengthened their hold on the region but later negotiated with the British, who gained Penang in 1786, Singapore in 1819, and Malacca in 1824 through the Anglo-Dutch Treaty. Over time, the British became the dominant power in the Malay Peninsula, shaping Malaysia's colonial history and leaving a lasting impact through their control of trade, resources, and influence.
British colonization of Malaya began with France's light occupation of Penang in 1786 and Stamford Raffles, founder of Singapore, in 1819. Firstly, immigration. The British brought Chinese and Indian immigrants for tin mining and rubber plantations, which led to social issues like crime and the rise of underground organization. Next, segregation. Racial segregation divided Malays, Chinese, and Indians into specific occupation, marginalizing Malays and limiting their economic opportunities. Other than that, education. The British expanded access to education, especially through English schools, offering better prospects for the educated. Next, urbanization and script. The Rumi script replaced Jawi, and new cities grew with distinct ethnic communities in mining and plantation areas. Besides that, infrastructure. British built roads and railways connected urban centers, boosting trade and reshaping society. Other than that, cultural influence. Western architectural style emerged, replacing traditional craftsmanship. In conclusion, British rule in Malaya brought infrastructure and education, but also dependent racial divides and marginalized the Malay community. Next, British colonization profoundly impacted Malaya's legal system, introducing two distinct legal frameworks. First, English law. English law became the primary system for governing daily life. Second, Islamic law, applied mainly to Muslims in areas like family law, inheritance, and some criminal matters. Next, contradiction with Islamic Sharia. British law often conflicted with Islamic Sharia, encroaching on Muslim governance and altering legal practice. Other than that, secularization policy. The British pursued secularization, weakening the role of Islam in society. Other than that, the Federal Constitution. Post-independence, the 1957 Constitution recognizes Islam as the official religion, but British legal legacy persisted. Next, legacy. Despite Islam recognition, British influence remains, limiting the jurisdiction of Sharia courts to personal and family law for Muslims. In conclusion, British rule shaped Malaya's legal system, leaving lasting effects on law and governance in Malaysia today.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Amira Izzati binti Muhammad Zain. My matric number is 2023160963. Now, I will talk about the effect of British colonization on economy in Malaya. First thing first, the development of infrastructure in Malaya, particularly railroads and roads, leading to improving transportation and access for people and goods, meaning that railroads and roads were vital for Malaya's economic development. They facilitated the transportation of goods, particularly tin and rubber, and connected resource-rich areas with markets. This infrastructure also improved access for people, connecting rural areas with urban centers. After that, the British colonial healthcare system in Malaya initially focused on the needs of Europeans. However, it gradually evolved to include initiatives aimed at improving public health for the local population. This shift was driven by the recognition that a healthy workforce was essential for the colonial economy. Next, the British colonial reforms in land and taxation in late 19th century Malaya fundamentally transformed the economy. These reforms aim to integrate Malaya into the global market by shifting the focus from subsistence farming to cash crop production, primarily rubber and palm oil. Now, move to the second point, which is the effect of British colonization on culture in Malaya. Firstly, the British colonial education system in Malaya was designed around cultural pluralism, promoted ethnic division by established separate school system, meaning that the British in Malaya set up separate schools for Malay, Chinese and Indian children. This means that children must learn with others from their own ethnic group. They learn in different language and study different things, which made it harder for them to understand and connect with people from other groups. The British colonial administration in Malaya, while implementing their own governance, recognized and respected the existing religious diversity within the society. This means that they allowed for the continued practice of Islam by the Malay population, Buddhism and Taoism by the Chinese community, and Hinduism by the Indian community. This tolerance fostered a sense of acceptance among the different religious groups, contribute to the overall cultural vibrancy of Malaya during that period. Lastly, the diverse communities in Malaya such as Malays, Chinese and Indians interacted closely in daily life. This led to the sharing of tradition, foods and cultural practices. For example, Malaysian cuisine is a beautiful blend of flavors from these different cultures. That's all from me. Thank you.
In conclusion, British colonization of Malaya brought a big change. The British used Malaya's location and resources to set up tin and rubber plantation, which is connected to the Malaya to the global economy but exploit local resource and labor. Their rule disrupt existing political system, causing instability and resistance. British influence favor Western values over a traditional custom. They created a separate economy with big difference between locals and colonial elites. The British occupation changed Malaya's economic, political, social, and cultural landscape, bringing both modernization and challenge that still affect Malaysian society today.